Welcome to Licks of the Beast. I'm Nico, and before we get to the playthrough of Eddie's solo on the Van Halen song I'll Wait, I wanted to say a few quick words about it and tell you a little bit about this very special Kramer that I'm playing. Ever since I first heard this song on the album 1984, way back in 1984, it's been pretty much my favorite Van Halen song. Now I know that might strike you as a little bit odd considering I'm a guitar player and this is not a guitar-driven song. You know, you'd probably expect something more like Hot for Teacher. But there's something about this song, the vibe, those 80s synths. You know, it's a little melancholic, a little dark, but still a little bit playful. It's got great lyrics, great melodies. I've just always loved it. And Eddie's solo on it is just so expressive. You know, he says so much with not that many notes, really. There's some phrases in there that are just so expressive and so special. Like, for example, this one here. That's such a great phrase. It's like a two-part expression, right? Like a two-part sentence. Kind of like you could say a lot with few words. You know, it's that kind of expression. I also really like the lick that he plays just before that. The one where he goes... It's got such great rhythm and such a great groove. It's the kind of thing that we as guitar players can still learn from listening to Eddie Van Halen's music. Okay, now a few quick words about this very special Kramer. So this is a Kramer ProAxe, and it was built in either 1990 or 1991. And this was the last production model of the original Kramer line, and it's pretty much the best guitar they've ever made. So this, as I understand it, was built in the ESP factory in Japan, and then it was assembled at Kramer in the United States. There's a really great story about how this guitar came to be in my possession, and I'll tell you about that in an upcoming video. But let me just say that it's the kind of story that really says a whole lot about where this channel is headed and the impact and influence this channel has had on my life, and from what I understand, on some of your lives as well. So when I got this guitar, it was in pretty good shape overall, but it needed a little bit of work in terms of the wiring, so I had that all redone, I had it set up really nicely, and I had the pickups changed to my signature pickups from Corrigan pickups. So the neck and middle pickup are single coils, they're true single coils, low output and all that, so you get that real original Fendery sound. And the bridge is, of course, my signature Hayabusa pickup, which I think sounds phenomenal in this guitar. All right, now let's get to the playthrough. This is Eddie's solo on the Van Halen song I'll Wait. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Cheers.